One funny thing about trading is that you can get everything right and still be losing trade. Very, very possible. Funny thing is that when you come online, everybody tries to make this trading thing look like an easy business. They tend to suffocate you with their winning results and showing you off their winning trades. They never show you the loss side, the loss they made. Some of them even brag of having 98% win rate. Some brag of not ever losing a trade for a whole month, a whole year. And you as a struggling trader, if you fall for this, you are in trouble. I received a call earlier, that's why I stopped filming. So right now I'm just going to share with you guys the trade I took this week, how it went, and how I made $43. So stick to the end of this video and do not forget to subscribe to this channel.
Now this is the trade on Euro USD. I took this trade from the 15 minutes time frame, and this is the 1:2 trade. Now let me explain it. I caught the first sell here, and we explain to you the reason for this sell from the daily time frame. Now when we go on the daily time frame, you see that since this Trump's tariff stuff began, market has been on the moon. This first market has been on the moon since this tariff stuff started. So after market broke this structure right here, it left us with an unmitigated demand zone on the daily time frame here. Not just the demand zone, we also have some kind of fair value gap sitting right here. We have a fair value gap right here. So the idea for this trader, if market comes back to that supply zone or demand zone, to that fair value gap or demand zone, then we will start looking for a buy. But for now, we have to look for anything that looks like a sell. Now that is by the way. So on the daily time frame, we know that market has a demand zone right here and the fair value gap somewhere around this area, and market is on the moon. That is, market is an uptrend and possibly might be going back for this fair value gap or demand zone to grab more buys if it will pull up. So now with that information in mind, on the 4-hour time frame is not really telling us a lot. Let's go all the way down to the 1-hour time frame. So on the 1-hour time frame, we already know on the daily time frame that price has some kind of magnet below, so we'll be looking for patterns to shift before we start selling. So after market broke this high here, we started changing direction. We saw a high here, a high that didn't come back for this high. We had a high, a break of that high, we had a low, a break of that low, and yeah, this is the change of character that many talk about. I just call it break of structure. So this is actually telling us that market is now having what I call a minor downtrend, because we're starting to see lower lows, the market breaking support zones and not resistance zones. So with that in mind, I first got the first trade right here, and I'm going to explain to you the reason why for that trade. Now for this trade, this is how I actually went with. We already have it in mind that market pattern has actually changed for why, and we know the reason because it has some kind of magnets below. So we have this high here, low here, high here, low, and this low that broke the structure, and also broke the structure. So I waited for some kind of demand zone for price to come. I was looking for some kind of demand zone for price to react from, but I came back a little bit late, and the demand zone was here, and the supply zone was here. Market came for that supply zone, cleared it, and I missed that trade. So I waited for another trade. After I missed the first buy, I waited for another opportunity, which market opened when it made this high here, the low here, the highest high that cleared this high, this particular high here. It's cleared it swept this high here. So after market swept that, it came back to break this low, also sweeping the low, that is sweeping the buyers and the sellers, leaving us with an unmitigated supply zone with a nice fair value gap, and that's where I targeted at first. And the first confluence, should I say a confluence or a confidence for this trade, was when I saw this double top right here. When I saw something that looked like this double top, not really a double top, not really a clear double top, but I'll call this a double top because market rejected these two candles. So this was some kind of confluence that market is probably coming to break this high and come deep into this supply zone here. So I placed my SL just above that last rejection candle. That is it for trade 1. Now trade 2, when market started going to my direction, I looked for other opportunities to go low during the the London section. So I went all the way down to the 15 minutes time frame where I caught the trade. So using the same concept that I just said earlier, market is currently trending low. We have this high here, low, high, a break structure here. We had another high, break of structure. We had another high, break of structure, and we had this high. So after this high broke the structure, it left us with an unmitigated supply zone, which is where I struck the buy from, where I struck the sell from. I initially wanted to place my SL all the way down to 1:3, but yeah, playing safe, I had to place it to the I had to place it on the most recent support zone. So I placed it here, and it was able to give me a 1:2, which is where I made the $43. And as you can see, market is really crazy right now. This is Saturday, by the way. This is Saturday, so that's why you see market not moving. I will share with you guys my trade for next week. That is, if you want me to, if you'd like me to share my trade IG for next week on this Euro USD, drop a comment. Euro USD is not the only trade I took this week, by the way. I took trade on gold. Now on gold, I took a trade on gold on this 30 minutes time frame during the New York section. Still, I think I took this one around 12, I think around 12.12. So now this is the plan for gold. Using the same concept that I just explained, market breaking structure and trading low, we have market that is coming low. There are some fundamentals to this which I won't come here to break down because this will make this video long. So we had a low here, high, sweep, a high, and a low, which the initial plan was when price first dipped into this demand zone, I was expecting it to like kind of break above this zone and start buying, but that didn't happen. I saw markets continuing breaking low on this 30 minutes time frame. When market didn't do at what I was expecting that soon, I said let me follow the market and not tell the market what to do. So when market had this high here break, I already know that it wants to clear this demand zone here, so kind of their clearance in liquidity. So when market break that low, I found the supply zone just above it, which I placed my SL and I placed my entry and SL just above. And yeah, I went for 1:2, and the trade was nice. So this trade is just kind of a scalping trade. All these trades are not A+ setups. That's why it always give me 1:2. That's why anytime I get a 1:2, I just take it, because yeah, I'm just taking it's just a scalping trade. This trade didn't take I think it didn't take up to 2 hours before it take profit. But the bad story about this is that I actually lost the trade because my broker spread wasn't good enough. So when price tapped into here, it didn't tap on my own. And yeah, I didn't check on the trade not until Friday when I came and I saw all these candles already. The market was already taking me out. I just checked it up. It's part of the game. So this just a bit plus setup. I'm already seeing some kind of good trade ideas already on this gold, but let me know if you like me to share it. Drop a comment and I will do that before Monday. No matter how good or bad it is, we must keep moving.
But we must keep moving. We must keep going. If you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But by all